Y'all gotta know, I've been waiting for this one. What it is your old boy Pilg. Make sure you guys hitting that old thumbs up button. Tonight, we are talking about 7th Zone once again, and we're talking about the Dark Team. Now, I just bolstered the hell out of my Dark Team. So there's no part of me today going to be even playing the game like, oh, it's a free-to-play team, blah, 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 blah. No, no, no. Every single unit on this team, well, with the exception of Haruhime and Line, and Elmina for that matter, any of the units actually doing work on this team cost me money. Real money. But I'm reaping the benefits. Like, this team is actually very good. And I know there's more work this team could do. I'm still refining the team to make sure that I'm getting every possible just little thing I can out of this. I have an idea, but once again, it's something I'm still working on. I've not quite made it a survivable tactic yet. But let's go ahead and do a run on this and talk about, one of the ways you could go about running this. And again, this is on a very hard setting with a bit of a whale team, if I'm completely honest with myself. But per usual, we need Haruhime. She's really going to make this a survivable situation. And we're going to be doing a ton of debuffs, okay? And buffs for that matter. So Oka's going to buff himself. Ryu, it does a set of buffs and debuffs. And of course, we're going to increase the counter rate. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright. And per usual, we do have the stun anklet on everybody. I'm sorry, the seal anklet on everybody. And we've got the anti-stun unit running with Goblin Slayer. So when he comes in, he'll do that thing. That does also mean that Goblin Slayer, yes, he's got a little bit further he can go as a unit. But that is what it is. Now, you will notice here that Mutilate isn't really necessary. This just increases attack all targets 30%, whereas our Goblin Slayer is already going to do 20%. But the extra 10% will make a difference in the long run. So there is an actual reason for doing this. It's not just a wasted turn. Here we go. And honestly, in my testing, this is the difference between ending it with an S clear or an A clear. And I'll explain here how so at the end. All right, now that I've got Goblin Slayer here, we're going to go ahead and do all of our major buffs, debuffs, get the whole complement set up. And we're really going to be working towards that first super attack. There we go. All right, that is unfortunate, those stuns, but Goblin Slayer's assist isn't the 100%, it is only a 75%. It's just we got 4 units all attempting to stun. Getting stuns is actually going to be a decent likelihood. Now, everybody's got enough agility, we don't need to worry about that. They're definitely going to get all their stuff off that they need to get first of all. But that is not a pretty sight right there. Not a pretty sight one bit. Alright, so we're going to be down to doing... We're going to be down to smash. There we go. And we're going to do a double SA with Haruhime and Goblin Slayer. And now I'm going to go back and do AoEs with both Oka and Ryu now. And that's going to be really important. Doing their AoEs is what's going to make this very, very, very possible to actually defeat. Alright, here we go. So that is going to give everybody a strength and magic buff, and we're going to make sure that that stays in play by basically manipulating Haruhime to make sure that everybody stays buffed. Okay? Goblin Slayer's essay that takes bloody forever. And one halfway remotely respectable hit. Now, let's go ahead and talk about what this what these units are doing, since we generally haven't talked about that yet. So the reason I'm using this team is because, per usual, physical and magic are 0. Everything else is buffed 90%, and dark is debuffed 50%. Though, in other words, weak 50%, though we debuff that quite a bit more. We're down to 95, and physical is down 50%, and magic's down 25%. So that's going to do nothing but help our units. produce the damage we want to see. Okay? Now, you can probably already guess it based on how we've done this before, but we're working towards a triple essay here in the next one. And the main reason we're doing that is because we want to make sure that Goblin Slayer is going to be able to produce the damage he needs to produce, because we need a triple essay with Goblin Slayer in order to basically produce the numbers we need. Remember, your one big highest hit is going to be a modifier on your final score. So we want one really astounding hit. Goblin Slayer should be able to hit fairly decently, but I haven't gotten, if I'm honest, haven't gotten what I want or expect out of him. So we're going to see what happens today. Alright. So yeah, we can afford to do this a little bit. Okay, we'll do this one turn and get that built up. The main thing we're actually going to do it 2 turns. The main thing we want to do is we want to make sure that after we do the essay, that the very next turn, Haruhime is going to be able to do her Yosuga, so we can get that buff replication. Okay. I'm going to do that one more time. Same basic move. And that's just to basically build Haruhime's MP back up. Like I said, that is going to be super critical. Now, seeing Haruhime get stunned, that makes me worry a little bit. Because if I'm frank, Haruhime needs to stay alive. She can't be stunned in order to do her heals. Now, you'll notice that we're not taking a terrible amount of damage. That's because we've debuffed him enough that there's simply not a threat anymore. But, you know, just still got to be cautious. And you'll notice that I'm jumping back and forth between Haruhime's 2 different skills. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I want to make sure she's got enough MP. Because after this triple super, we are going to need to do that triple MP. I'm going to go ahead and do that there. Because otherwise I'm afraid I'll wipe that guy out. And if I'm frank, we want to maximize our efforts. So there's that, Yosuga, and here we go. We need a couple turns of Yosuga just to keep the buffs on him. Though the goal here is to kill it in the next two turns. And I think that's going to be quite doable. Okay? What's Ryu going to do here? Now, physical is debuffed 25%, magic's debuffed 95%. Ooh, only half a mil. Oh. That's actually, that wasn't even half a mil. That was what? Was that? I'd have to go back and look. It looked like it was only like 50,000 on one of them. That doesn't sound right at all. All right, Goblin Slayer, what you got? Yeah, Goblin Slayer really hit for half a mil. That's really weird. I expect a lot more out of him, you know? Especially with darkness down 90-something%. Maybe my expectations are too high, but I really expected better damage out of him. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. That was weird. Alright, so I'm going to target this guy right here because he's now got the most health. And we're going to just do AoEs and have Goblin Slayer do his main attack. There we go. Alright, turn 15. So on turn 15, I need everything to disappear. And I don't know if it's going to do it. Now, I've done it before, but we may not pull it off this turn. Depends upon the number of counters we get. So a lot of this does also come down to RNG. There we go. Yeah, no. So yeah, we had a little tiny bit of an RNG failure there. So now we're chilling here at turn 16. Oh, he's got way more health than I expected. Well, doesn't anymore. So you'll see here, I have S-cleared this and I've gotten a much better score out of it. I believe 10 mil is my top. This one was just an RNG nightmare because Haruhime wasn't healing and we weren't getting counters. basically the Freya assist was not doing her job. So let's go ahead and see here what the top hit was. Come on. Yeah, 8.8 mil. Now, for the last one, that was pretty good. But if you go look here at the score, default score was 700K. We didn't get any bonus for being at turn 17, so that sucks. Highest damage was 700K, which is really low. And here's our final score. So, yeah, it looks like those debuffs on us hurt us badly. So we really need to remove those debuffs or hopefully not have them in place somehow. So I'm still going to go work on my team. Currently, my high score is still 10 mil on this. So it is a thing. And I'm going to go in and work on Dark Zone because I have a really fun one playing for Dark Zone. But I got to make sure, once again, that it is something that's survivable. So for now, full Dark team for this, per usual. You just have to have cover your bases because they will stun and they will seal. So almost said sleep. Stun, seal, and stun. So be cautious. Good luck with your runs. That's the video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow my Birdman. Hit me up on Booker. Be back at you guys with more Danmachi here in just a little bit.